Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of the Drop Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, you're watching Pokemon. If you're just listening on Spotify or whatever various location, then you are just listening to me speak. But this is the podcast where we just play games and hang out. Kind of a break from the still relaxed but more focused topics that typically consist of my typical YouTube videos. Some watermelon lemonade, so good. Okay. So here we are, man. I did an extra little hour for work today. Actually, extra 2 hours. It was good though. I'm actually thinking it might be worth just like doing this whole week. Just because like I don't know, cause like I think I would make an extra like $19 an hour for overtime. But I do know that I mean, honestly, it would probably all go to taxes, but still, like, making like 100 more is still pretty worth it. So, something interesting I learned about this morning, because I listen to, I typically listen to a podcast every morning, and this morning's podcast was, what was it called? Shoot. The Art of Manliness, which is this really, really good podcast. It's made by this guy, I think his name is like Brett something. But it's called The Art of Manliness, but really what it is just like a whole bunch of skills that you could use. It's like grow as an individual, and it's just it's useful information, and he always has like interesting guests. Like a lot of the focus is on like exercise or trying to think what else, exercise, or like one really cool episode had to do with like being able to like communicate with nature, or not like communicate with nature, but like listen to nature, almost like speak to you. Like this guy was talking about how like trees will tell him the direction of or just like like the cardinal directions. Like he said, like he's gotten so good at like communicating with nature that nature, like he'll look at a tree and he said the tree just like yells west at him or something, or like will yell like the direction at him. I don't know. But actually, after I watched that, like I could see what he was saying. Like not with like the yelling at me, but as far as like being able to read, like a tree, like because there is one side of a tree that is a little bit like more flat. Like if you look at the stems of the tree, like some of them will lay flat, whereas some of them will just like shoot straight up. And that's part of the technique of being able to read the tree, is being able to see, or just like look at what's like straight up and like what's down. And I forget what the thing is. Like I think never saw you. I think east. No, I think. What was it? I don't know, I can't remember, but like it was like west or something was like flat, and east was like straight up or something. I think here in the Midwest, I'm pretty sure the wind goes from the west, or like comes from the west to the east. But to be honest, I'm not really sure. But anyway, but this one this morning, this one was especially interesting. And I've actually been trying it like all day. So this one was about breathing and how we breathe wrong. Because we often breathe through our mouth. Because we think it'll give us more protection or whatever. And he was basically saying like, I don't know, not because it'll give us more air. One, he was saying that the air thing isn't true. And two, it's bad for you because your nose is actually like your first line of defense. And breathing through your nose can actually fix a lot of, or help you, aid you with a lot of health things. And also just like make your breath better. Because I know like breathing, like being a mouth breather can be, can affect like your breath because what is it called, germs will like live in your mouth. I mean they already do, but I don't know, I'm no expert, but like I don't know, for some reason it makes it worse. Yeah, I mean, so I listened to that, and so all day today I've been breathing into my nose. Oh, and then he also said he was debunking why like breathing through your nose doesn't actually improve your the amount of oxygen you get. Well, one little known fact, unless you're David Blaine, is that your oxygen, like what makes you want to take a breath, isn't the lack of oxygen, but the buildup of CO2. And so your body is kind of telling you, like, hey, you know, get some oxygen in you. And that's basically like what is what's happening whenever you get like that feeling of like unsettled, unless it's just me. But yeah, whenever you get that like feeling where you just like need to like take a breath, that's actually just CO2 building up in you. I mean, just something interesting. And yeah, as I was saying, like I tried it today, and I actually feel like I do feel like more oxygenized. I don't know if that's a good word. I feel like there's more air in my lungs or whatever. And also I feel like breathing incorrectly, like I feel more energized, surprisingly enough, which I honestly, like, I 100% admit everything could completely be in my head, because he told me, yo, you do this right, it'll help. So my brain's probably like, yo, it's helping. But I don't know, I do feel like it's better though. Like I do feel better. Anyway, but so if you want to check that out, that guy is called The Art of Manliness. It's a podcast that's really good. Typically about like hour or so long episodes, or not an hour, 45-minute episodes to an hour, but typically shorter, like 45. I was thinking about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's are insane. 2-hour-long episodes. I cannot. I like having a conversation, but I cannot have a conversation for that long. I need to like step back, you know what I mean, like, because like there's a point where like my brain just turns to fuzz. Like I saw Chris D'Elia one time in where was it, someplace in Missouri. Anyway, so I saw Chris D'Elia there, and even during that comedy show, like, I was about to snooze. Like, the whole time, like, fairly early on, and it's not that it wasn't funny, like, dude's hilarious, but it was just, like, early on, I just got tired. I do think that, I am just, like, whenever I lay down, or, like, sit down, like, especially in a car or something, and someone's just, like, talking to me, and especially whenever you're in, like, those really nice, like, air-conditioned places, like, whatever that theater was, it was, like, an old-timey look, and it's just, I don't know, very cozy, and the carpets, like, it just puts me to sleep. Cannot do it. But yeah. Chris D'Elia, I don't know if you guys heard, but apparently Chris D'Elia had, like, a thing, like, an accusation for, what is it? Like, talking to younger girls. And I guess, like, I don't know the details, because all this information is pretty much coming from my girlfriend, but, because she was like, oh, I can never watch him again. But anyway, but she let me know, or something like that, or maybe I googled it, I forgot. But he basically, like, he confirmed it. He said, like, he came out saying, that he did, but it was, like, he didn't know. And so it's like, I don't know, it's scary, because I definitely can see, like, I mean, I'm lucky because I'm in a relationship, but if I wasn't, man, I would need IDs. I would need IDs first, and, like, contracts of consent before anything would ever happen. Because, dude, let me tell you, girls nowadays are crazy. I guess it's dangerous out here. Because you'll find, like, alright, it goes both ways. Look, you'll find, you'll find a girl, she's like 15, but she looks like she's like 21. Or even this, you'll find like a 20-year-old, and then find out she's like 30. Like, it gets scary out here. Like, you need to check that ID. You need to, I don't know, get them pulled over on your first date or something. Make sure that they know how to drive at least. So you know they're at least above, what is it, 17? I don't know what the age of driving is. I think it's 17. But yeah, man. I don't know. Reminds me of that, shit, what's that TV show? Shameless. Isn't Gabby or something, or whoever the redhead is, younger redhead, I think she like dated this older guy, and then I don't know. It's just really, really weird, man. Yeah, and then, dude, girls, you gotta be careful, because they know how to play you. They know how to play the games. Scary world, man. But that's besides it. That's besides anything. Man, I mean the bread, sorry. It's really good. Alright, so anyway. Time to get into some business. So this morning, if you guys don't keep up with my blog that I do every morning, where I basically say, like, my 3 goals of the day. this morning, one of my goals was I'm working on a way to sort of get my beats out there. And the inspiration is like I just have like a whole bunch of beats that I made, right? And I'm not using a lot of them, so I figure one good way that I could sort of like release them or get them out is through like my Patreon page. So I did that. I have my Patreon page, and one of the rewards is like you'll get one of the month's music, because the way that I separate like all my music is by months. So like April I made all these songs, you know what I mean? March I made all these, etc. And so I did that, and I have but then it was like, well, there's not really an incentive to like go to my Patreon page besides like just like support me. I mean, I guess there would be getting that, but people like my music is still like in the early stages. Like I don't have my good album out yet. So then I had this other idea, where what if on my website, what if on my website I released, or not released, but like I had just like a whole bunch of like free music, and that would sort of get that would drive traffic, because that would be like the little flavors. So like on my website, oh yeah, and SoundCloud, because I have SoundCloud. So I was thinking like SoundCloud could be one way that I sort of like show off my music, like a way to like socialize it, because if you don't know, I got with this thing called DistroKid, which distributes all my music to like all the platforms and stuff, and I have like the music symbol by my name on YouTube and everything. So it does all that, but also a benefit, or not a benefit, but like one thing it doesn't do SoundCloud, and so I sort of stopped doing SoundCloud because it kind of sucks, because you would have to, if you wanted to do it on SoundCloud with everything, you would have to like upload everything individually on SoundCloud. It's just too much. Whenever DistroKid is, for the most part, automized it for me. So it has me thinking that it would just be better to it would be better for me to just what am I trying to say? Basically, like, I think I'm just gonna release. I'm too distracted. Okay. Oh yeah. So I'm just gonna release the beats on SoundCloud, and so that would be how like I promote myself, almost, like, or get people to like know about my music and stuff. And so that would also be more of like a music production side, because I'm making music, but then I also produce music, and so that might be able to get me some gigs, give me some people who might want to work with me. Maybe I'll open up a Fiverr account, which I already tried doing that, but I didn't really have anyone go into it, so I don't really have a portfolio. But now this way, like, I have SoundCloud, and then I also want to be able to use SoundCloud to drive traffic to my website. Where on my website I have my other things, so it'll drive traffic to my other things, maybe. I think the downside to like how I do everything is like I just have so much stuff that I'm pursuing, you know what I mean? And so it's just sort of, to a point, everything is kind of all over the place. Like, if you want to come from my music, you probably don't care about, you know, the podcast and the drops and leadership, you know what I mean? You just like good music. So that's kind of where I feel like I run into some trouble. But I mean, like, it's all stuff that I care about. And so that's the other side to it. Like, I don't like I like to do this, and so I don't ever want this to be something I feel like I'm doing for any other reason besides the fact that I just want to do it, you know. So it's important to me that I do all this and that I keep the brand and everything. But also to specify the brand and be able to market the brand, I feel like that's sort of like the difficulty. Like how can I play music or make music, play a video game, and then also be about leadership and write books and stuff like that? You know what I mean? It just doesn't really make sense, I think, to people. So, but I don't know. Like I'm not gonna stop doing it. So it's just kind of like I'm rambling on for nothing. But it's just some of the thoughts that I've had recently. Like how can I sort of merge all this? You know what I mean? In a seamless way. And so I don't know. I figured SoundCloud would be at least something that's just solo. Where SoundCloud is only only like beats, and so that way it's even more specific. And the purpose of it is to sort of drive traffic to my website where people can contact me to try and work with me or whatever. So that way I sort of get in like producing world, maybe producing some tracks, because I do like it. I like making songs. Making songs and making beats. And I also like I said, I'm trying to find like ways to get income right now so that I can purchase that duplex finally. So I don't know if I went over my plan with you guys ever, but I'm gonna get a duplex and then basically live in one room and then rent out the other, just to try to like take care of some of that debt that I might be struggling with. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan. Fun thoughts. Also, if you guys don't know, I decided that I wanted to do these podcast episodes, 3 days a week. And the goal is 100 episodes. Like, I cannot wait until I get to 100 episodes. So I just wanted to just like bump it up so I can get there as fast as possible. I think doing 2 weeks before, let's see, because I'm a 5th. I just got 20 episodes done. I'm not sure how long that took me, but 20 episodes. And I even started just doing 1 episode a week, so it's increased since then, you know what I mean? So it's hard to do the math, but let's see. So if I have 20 episodes, then I need 80 more episodes. If I'm doing 2 per week, it took me 40 weeks. So then if I'm doing if I'm doing 3 per week, it took me even less. Shoot, 40 weeks is a lot of weeks. Now that I put that like in perspective, that's crazy. I don't know if I can do that. Might want to bump it up a little bit. I don't know, but we'll see. Like for the meantime, like I'm just chilling. I'm not like stressed about it or anything. But actually, so I know this episode is a shorter one. But I think I got to a good spot where I kind of want to set it for now. So just to run through some things, there's some links in my description, affiliate links if you want to, if you're going shopping or whatever for anything like that I might use, like a camera or like I think a laptop is there. You can use those. And some of the money goes to me, and so it just kind of supports me in the podcast. You can also donate. Go to my website or to anchor.fm/howaboutyou or /TheDropPod. Those are a few ways that you can support me. And then you can also, honestly, if you just go check out my other content, my biggest thing is like leadership and leadership and just trying to improve yourself. And so I mean, if you're into that stuff, then I actually wrote a book. It's called Why You Should Set Goals as a Teen. And I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Why you should set goals as a teen. I think it's really good. I'm really proud of it. And I'm actually writing a second part to it, how to set goals as a teen. And it's going really well. It's going to be really good. I already know. Because I've really perfected this, like, art. But anyway, so, just so I don't ramble on for too long, I'm going to murder this Pokemon and then I'm going to go ahead and call it. So once again, if you want to show me some support or check out some of my content, make sure to check out joshuatbryan.com. You can find more content and also find my music that I was talking about today. And then you can also, if you want to see what I'm doing, you can go to follow me on Instagram at JoshuaTBryan64, where you can see I do these like morning thoughts sometimes, probably about like once a week I do them. But yeah, so I mean, if you want to check those out, or honestly just see what's going on, stay updated with me, definitely go check that out. So with that being said, I'm gonna check you guys later. Thanks for watching.